Let's see who's here. Plywood, what's good, man? How you doing? How you doing, sir? Good to see you in the building. Good to have you here. Let me put some doggone power to this thing so I can make sure I keep y'all the whole time. Just gonna do some random stuff today. Got plenty to do. Let me start with one of my favorites, and that's gonna be, go ahead and get some linseed oil on that. Get it looking like something. Then we're gonna put some satin clear Krylon permanent non-yellow, and then we're gonna put that on a couple more pieces we made. Sucky thing about the jewelry is, and the little stuff like this, you guys can't see it all that great. But hopefully I'll get better at it. So what you up to today, Plywood? Day off? Getting some R&R in? That's going good. Maybe could do these with brushes. Didn't think about that. Just dip a brush in, This really is showing like this, the dimensions of this wood. I like this a lot. I like this one a lot. Maybe I'll move that out of there. Part of last night's shenanigans with the Mike and the crew. Had a great time last night on the live though. Mike is making stuff. I think that was a members only chat, but man, it was a good time. So far, this is the piece that's had the most variables for me. I'm terrific waiting on lunch as if I need it. Every day is my day off. I'm with you there, Plywood. Good man. Sounds like a life to smile about. On the right side of the dirt. And ain't nobody on your back. Appreciate that incentive to like and subscribe, folks. Now we are going to pop a little top Doogie-mahickeys. Let's set this here so you can see it a little bit better, maybe. Alright, now I'll throw some hardware on that as soon as we find it. Also going to touch these other pieces up. I had to take them back so I can seal them up. I don't want them to fade. Somebody mentioned that in my chat, and I was like, oh yeah, that's a better idea. But all of this dries really quickly, so just touch them back up. Send them back out. Plus, you know, just each coat gives you just a little deeper situation, you know what I mean? I really like working with this walnut, I'll say that. It's a nice thing. So, those are 3 necklaces we have so far. I need to go ahead and put a little eyelet on that. Let me see if I can find it. So we're probably going to have to drill that hole. But just in case, let's try it. See if we're lucky enough to get a self-tap. Feels like it might be going. Keep a little pressure on it. What do you think? Then I'm going to take these over to the rack, spray them down. I'm going to spray the bottom first, let them dry, flip them, come back, spray the top. I'm going to hit them, turn the fans on, open some windows and whatnot, but I don't want to take them outside. I don't want to risk all the wildlife landing on them and all that nonsense, but I think all my colors worked out good. Yeesh. But they were very excited about their gift, so I don't know what we can do. First, let's just find a place over here to spray something to spray on that we don't mind. LVP is perfect. I can wipe it super clean. Stay that way. All right. So we'll wipe this table off right quick. Literally let that dust settle. And then I'm going to put, can you see? I'm going to put all of these on that little table. Face down first. That way we don't have to risk the drying side sticking to the face when it's time for that. So if anything gets weird, it'll be the backside. Also, if we just don't like it, it'll be the backside. So this is satin finish. The finish I'm going to get for all of them. Trying to get you a little bit better. View here. Wish I was. Ugh. Sorry. Just trying to get my camera good for you. And give some time to dry up. Looks like light medium there with that coat. But I don't plan on putting a whole lot of them on there. Right. Back to the chat. Sorry, y'all, I couldn't read it on the phone. Let me wipe my thing off. Jeez. It's a little bit better. Kelvin Ellis said, hello everyone. How you doing, brother? How you? Mike is making stuff is up in here. What's up, Mike? Mike, Kevin, Plywood, exchange pleasantries and whatnot. Then Kevin says, everyone tap that like. We all that West, the one that does it. Okay. We all know that West is the one that does it. That's right. I have to go find me some stimulants. Everyone was talking away last night and I nodded off, said Mike. Didn't realize how exhausted I was. Man, we had a blast. It was funny. I left the live stream about midnight Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, I think Ply and Mike probably left the chat about the same time, I would say. Because after a while, we were just like, hey, where's Mike? And then me and Lions basically just chatted it up for a little while. I know you probably went back and saw that, but jeez. What a good time, though. That's funny. Mike, I promise you, that group you had in there last night, buddy, you better be glad you weren't live, like in person. You'd have had all kinds of stuff painted on your face when you woke up this morning. Mike said I went back and watched. That thing went down for like 6 hours. I love that y'all had a great time. Oh, we did, man. I'm glad you put it together. It was definitely a good time. I talked about that on this live a little bit earlier. I got these scraps. I'm going to try to figure out how to make something out of it. I sanded it down so the ends would be smooth. And I like the look of it, but I think I want to kind of do an octagon sort of thing with it, with this end grain that I think is cool, that you don't often get to capture, and I hope I don't ruin. But I want to see if I can do something with it. So that's the goal. But yeah, Mike was a great host last night. We had a great time. Kev says, oh yeah, the first one to pass out at a party is the one that gets all the pranks. Exactly. And it's cool, y'all can clown on Grandpa fell asleep at the damn recliner. Yeah, Mike, you nodded off in the good chair last night, but yo, it was all in good fun. Everybody had a really good time. All right, I don't know. What am I gonna even do here with this? I don't know yet. Don't know yet. I'm wondering if I put an angle on it like that, how I would feel about that. Because this one is at its limit. It's only going to go that far, and that's it. I can cut that with the chop saw and get a nice cut off of it. I don't think I could do it with a handsaw. But this pine is soft enough that I can just, with this chisel, I can go right through it. A little wiggle wiggle. See what I mean? Like halfway through that. And I could put the mallet on it, but I don't want to jar it. See, it's a clean cut. Let me see if I can get another one exactly there. But I do need the marking gauge for that because I want to do that right. Otherwise, the symmetry will be off. It'll drive me crazy. And it's no fun when I'm crazy. It's no fun at all. Alright, that's the top. So what I did, mark off the top of that over here, the bottom of that over here. I'll put my chisel on that angle, touch both of those points, and that ought to give me the same thing on the other side. Same angle, same height, all of that stuff. And I'm going to do the same technique, just put some pressure to it, do a little rocking back and forth, and let that knife just break right through that soft wood. This will not work, I don't think, on the wood in the middle. This just works because this pine is particularly fragile in this way versus this blade. And the way I can cut it with the least impact to the glue or the other wood, the better. Like you can hear it cracking. Now whether or not this is good for my chisel, it wouldn't be a chisel if it couldn't do it, huh? Not a proper chisel. So we got that. Yeah. So I think that works. It's a little bit off though. Dang it. It's gonna make me wanna not. I'm gonna sand it. We got tools for that. I'm gonna sand it right. What's the chat saying? Ivan says, what we making? Mike still hanging to the left. Short and shriveled as always, says Mike to Ivan. Dang. Dang it, Mike. I wish I didn't visualize that. I wish I was a less visual person. I'll just be honest with you. Huh. So now, I'm going to go ahead and chop this. There's no point in keeping these legs. I'm going to let that go. I'm going to probably cut it about yay high. And then we'll figure out how we're going to work out the sanding, get us some roundness to this thing. Don't be afraid, you guys. I'm just over here. Yeah, from that. So what? As always, get your blade spinning maximum speed and lower your arm down slow and steady and allow it to slowly cut through. Ivan asked, when is Mike going live? Because he's sick of this West Desert fella wasting his damn time. I got it, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm no Mike. I'm no Mike. And I've accepted that, Ivan, and I believe it's time you do as well. Right now I'm just standing out like where we got a little bit of glue leakage. Just to clean that up, you know. And I'll use y'all's help on this. Does that look like the top? Or does that look like the top? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna round these edges. I'm gonna round this over. I think I'm gonna round these over maybe. I'm definitely gonna round this top over. Like I said, every Friday night you keep missing the live, man. We was there. Mike was quite live. While you were there, Mike, you were exciting and interesting. Brought in celebrity guests. Bear Grylls was in there, I think. Was it Tom Hanks or Tom Cruise? I can't remember. It was such a blur with the Angelina thing that happened. It's crazy. I really couldn't believe they let Suge out for that one event. Tom Holland. Kevin says, looks crooked is all I can see. You just said the narrow part is the top. Yeah, I was thinking that, but you know, I'm fickle, man. My mind will change. Right now it looks like a hot dog. Like I just took a bite out of a hot dog. Oh, that's crazy. Alright, I'm going to definitely have to round it now. Make it better than that. Maybe it should be pointy. Maybe it should be a more geometric shape. Mike said he got mad because we was talking about how Zendaya built like a 12-year-old boy. He got hot after that. Dang. Scary. If you're not an A-lister, Mike's gonna put you out of the chat. Let me just tell you that right now. Right now. I don't know what the goal is gonna be on this thing. Maybe it should all just be rounded. Not nearly as exciting. We don't have an idea to get started with. Let's go check on the dryness of our other stuff back there right quick. Mike says all that Spider-Man money you can't afford to put some food in your girl's belly. You need some meat on her damn bones. Kevin says maybe a diamond shape. I like that idea. Maybe even, wait a second. What if we even did like a kind of an arrow shape sort of deal? I mean, it's a necklace. Kevin, you're right though. We gotta get it uncrooked. Talking about that top up there, yeah, we gotta get them uncrooked. It ain't right. We tried, but we're gonna do that with the sand. We might try it with the chisel, but who knows how gentle Wes can even be? Who knows? Can you stop it at the right place? Still got a little more to come off the top side of that one. Otherwise, Kevin's going to continue to roast me in the comments. can't handle it. With a gentle disposition and a tender heart. So Kevin, what do you think of that? Like if we do like let me get two similar pieces of junk here. Like a crest, almost like a shield type of thing. What do you think? Like that? Kind of like that idea. Kevin, OCD and noticing things like that is not a curse, my friend. It's a tremendous blessing if you use it right. I am that way. Uh, definitely had plans for that cut, but that's what's good about it, right? If you're the one making this stuff, it'll be so good. It'll be so close. And let me give you a little clue about it all. It still won't be perfect. It'll still bother you. But if it's just good enough for you to walk away from, it'll be amazing to everybody else. Like all these hearts and pendants and stuff like that, I freehand everything. But they are accurate. Kevin says he thinks that would be sweet. I think so too. So let's figure out how to get it there. Maybe we're going to start with the big block. I don't know if I want to trust this to the saw, but I can put on a heavier thingamadoodle, or we can use our old buddy right here. We had this out last night. Mike, I don't know if you were up for that, but yeah. We had this thing out last night. It was an amazing time. I'm going to bring y'all down to my level for this next part. Try to get you that perspective. Let me check on these real quick, make sure everything's drying okay. So far, so good. Probably could put on another coat. Probably could. But I'm not gonna. I'm gonna let it properly dry. So that when we put that top coat on, we don't have to worry about the backside of it being weird. Let's get ahead of ourselves right quick. Let's get ourselves ahead of the game. We already know that our OCD is not going to let us just freehand this one. So we're going to hit it on this corner, go right across and hit it again on that corner. And we're going to hit that right in the middle. And we're going to make two lines going down, crossing that section, giving us good symmetrical circumstance. Alright, there we go. At least we got a goal. Did we heat it up too much and the glue gave out? Do we have an answer? Is all lost for our hero? Find out in the next adventures of God. Let's see. I got some super I got some super glue. I got to see how it's gonna do. That kind of sucks. But at least we got some registration marks on where we going to with the super glue. Looks like this was other glue. I don't know if they'll both work together, but we'll have to find out together. As a crew, we will discover. As a team, we will learn. As a squad, we'll figure this out. While that's drying and recovering, we might as well get back over here. Baby Kisses, what's up? She said double stick carpet tape. That's what I got right here. See? Pull it right up. And stick stuff to it. Mike suggested that last time. That's how I made all these beautiful pendants over here. Maybe that's not cool to be calling your own work beautiful. That's how I made these world's greatest pendants over here. You know what I'm saying? Just gotta try to keep it factual. That way it doesn't look like you're bragging. Yeah. So fit. Oh man, I put dust on my finger. Everything looks good. I'm gonna flip them all over. Hit them again. Get the good stuff. Guess you can see that. I don't know if you can. Stuff be falling down over here. I'm trying to give you a good and proper view. You know what I'm saying? Second. And again, I'm gonna hit the sides first, right? Boom, boom, boom. Like a little spray, all of them hitting this side. It's one side. On this way. Boom, boom, boom. Little puffs. Just little puffs. Hit the sides. This side. Just little puffs. This side. Boom, 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 boom. Right? That way you know you got it covered. Because we can neglect the sides and not even realize that's what we're doing. People get focused on the top cover. Now this is laying dead flat, so it's okay if we go a little bit heavy, because it should just lay down and give us a nice smooth coat nonetheless. You know what I'm saying? Now put the paper down just so it can soak up some of that. So I'm also going to put some down to put them on top of. Just keep it from sticking. I mean, I'm going to turn that fan back on. And just let it marinate. Just let it marinate. All right. We back over here. This ain't no way in the King's Commandments is this going to be ready just yet. Baby, Kisser says sawdust everywhere. 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 But we're going to do some cleaning up. We just got to. We just got to. Kev says I just like to call a spade a spade. He says, while you're relieving or re-gluing, square up your top. I did square it up. Didn't I? Look at that. Isn't that better? See, the bottom now it's going to be, but you know, we're still sanding that. But yeah. We don't mind spades being spades over here, Kev. That is what we be doing. Wait a minute. Mosh says that's why you start with a saw. It overheated. Yeah, but this is ingrained and this is fragile wood. I already know it to be. You really don't want to try to run a saw over that if you can help it. Like this, like if you look, I don't know if you can see this. I'll try to show it to you. This grain is so fragile it's see-through, right? I'll put it on that light right there, and I turn this light right here off. You can literally see through that grain, like the middle one as well. So I gotta be careful. You know, there's a lot of ways to skin a cat, but you gotta make sense of the one you got in your hand. He says, Mosh says, you need a bandsaw. Well, yeah. Baby Kisser says, I learned to play spades when I was 10. Oh, yeah? Nice. Kevin says I'm pretty good now. I got it lined up a little better. But yeah, we learned to play spades when we were little kids too. We were rough because the parents that taught us how to play were rough. So we definitely, you can see, Kevin, how much I moved it just by how these aren't lining up the same anymore. But yeah, it's a rough game. I wonder if I'm going to overheat the super glue doing the same thing. Who knows? Maybe I should just pull it nice and slow. Take my time. But the super glue's holding up now. I mean, I got nothing to do. Plywood is back, ripped out. Or maybe he never left. Just super chill and quiet it out for a bit. This is kind of round on that edge. I need to give me something to drink. Where's my coping saw? I'm scared of it on this thing. Like, I don't think y'all know how fragile this little grain is barely holding on to itself. This is a chestnut in the middle here. And it's just barely hanging on. Like you can blow through the grain, right? You can blow right through that grain. I wish y'all could see it. Like I can see through it because the light's in front of me. It's really weird. Plywood says he's been listening. That's what's up. Well, thanks for listening, man. Appreciate you showing up. All of that. I mean, this ain't but, 3/4 of an inch of wood at the most to sand down, maybe even a half. So I don't think I need to go to. So I mean, what I think I really need is a disc sander, and I think I'm going to make one because look. With the right size, you know what I mean? Like, why wouldn't that work? I bought this to buff my paint when I painted my truck. I think I paid $25, $30 for that at Harbor Freight. Kevin says, looks dangerous. I like it. Baby Kisses says, you got a whole bunch of little drum sanders, too much pressure. The little drum sanders, 80 grit. Yeah. But getting to our goal here, sort of. I think I might need to chop the bottom a little bit, and I'm still not dead even. But I'm gonna let my hand sand do that. I'm gonna keep having to hold this to the screen so Kevin can take a look and certify it for me. I can trust him. I can trust him. Everybody else will be like, oh, it looks great. Kevin, as an audience, we seem to often get excited. Well, I'm glad to have you here. I'll tell you that much. I'm underwhelmed by this piece. I'll be straight with you. Like, I did it, but it's ornamental rather than, meaningful in any way. But I think I will try to get some practice in and maybe get some chamfers on all these corners, a little exercise in my ODC, see if I can get everything clean and even and appealing. To the senses. It's a big part of it. Nice 90-degree angles, left to right. side, not down here across. So it's nice and symmetrical. Unfortunately, when you do that one side, you gotta go do the other side, catch it up. Otherwise, we risk getting kicked in the throat by Kevin. Dang it. Sweet moves, bro. Gotta go high. Higher. Higher. Matthew, do I have clear fingernail polish laying around my house? I don't know if I'd risk trying to get it. I'm gonna get punched in the throat. Everybody in my house knows what happens when their stuff gets in the workshop. Stuff comes into the workshop, and then eventually I find a shelf to put it on. And then once it's on the shelf, it's mine. It just did. It makes a pretty clear finish. Huh. Do you have to prep with some acetone or something like that beforehand? What's the stilo? How do you get it to stay and not flake or chip? Or does it just not because it's on wood and not girl hands? Let's explain. Please explain. Need more details. Oh, I'm looking around for this. It's right here. Oh, she says no, it won't. That might be the same thing I got in that can back there, Baby Kiss. It's just not overpriced as some of those tiny bottle things might tend to be. But it does have that convenient little brush with it. Can't argue with that. Let's get into some beveling, shall we? These two woods take the sand completely different. I'm gonna have to deal with them separate and not just run across the whole piece. That's what one of them needs a little touch of. The other one's gonna whack off a whole bunch of material. And the way I said that is completely okay, and you don't have to remind me that you were 14 once. I also think I'm gonna probably go out and build a little small, simple bar for the tabletop I brought home for my grill outside. I've got the world's cheapest grill, and it's amazing, and I love it. I grill outdoors at least once a week. At least once a week. Charcoals, fire. It's the best way to cook meat. Period. yes, smokers are cool too. But that's also fire. So I put music on my shorts now, like a lot of them, without as much narration sometimes. Just because I wish I had music in my shop. It's such a big part of what I actually be doing in here when I don't have the camera on, or if I have the camera on but I'm not, you know, recording audio. Man, it's a different experience with some tunes, bro. I'm just trying to maintain this same angle, roughly 45-ish. And give myself a little full chamfer all the way around the front. And this little pendant. It's always one corner. It's always one corner giving me grief. So now, got a little chamfer going, starting. Liking it better. Download music to a playlist. I do. I got 93 songs and it change it sometimes. It's now raining. I just sent my husband out for charcoal. Well, you know, you can grill in the rain. You just gotta time it. Just gotta time it. Keep your umbrella. That fire will keep that rain off. I have no idea how to do that. Do you mean that you actually play music during your lives and they let you? If it's on a playlist? Because I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I love it when people come in the chat and give me new info. I be needing new info. Chamfers make everything fancier. I would say that. I'm being light and somewhat delicate on this one, but where's Mike? Is he drunk again and fell asleep? I'm just teasing Mike. You know you're hungover today, but I know you're dealing with today's wife. He plays good music. Have to ask him about it. He'll tell you. No, Matt Cars does. Matt says, I'm not sure about the rounded top, but the rest of it is looking good. I'm sorry, it's Kevin that said that. Kevin, man, me and you are in the same place in life right now. I'm thinking the same thing. As I'm doing it, I'm going, well, maybe after I get it all sand it and get me a nice chamfer on it, maybe that'll help. But it also may need like an angular top. You know what I mean? Maybe I should do something less rounded and more angular. Worst case scenario is you chop the top down some. Still won't be a tragedy. Play a little guess angle here. think I do like a little more angle, a little more better. And then I'm going to try to bevel that. Let's see what that looks like. That's a little better. It's a little better. That's what happens when you freestyle a lot of times, man. You just end up with something. Sometimes you end up with something amazing. Sometimes you just end up with a lot of good practice and a lot of good lessons. And you go, oh, that's why I never see that. It's a tough thing to explain to my homeowners sometimes. They say, oh, I want to do such and such. And I say, have you ever seen that in real life? They say, no, I saw it on the internet. Yeah. On your phone, on a 4-inch screen. There's a reason you don't see a lot of these trends in real life. Because they're either hideously expensive or they don't look as good in person. But the person had already invested in it, so they did a good job editing the video to show it off anyway. Ramblings of an interior designer. All right, Kevin, where you at, man? We need you. What do you think? Kind of like the little point that I'm getting at the bottom. I was gonna round that off, but I like the way that chamfer colors come together on it. Really good. But it looks good with that end grain. It might not be bad with a little polish on it. Kevin says, I think you're getting there. I kind of like it. CJ in the building. What up, CJ? You were talking about in your shop. Plays good music. Okay, that's what's up. I'll look into old Matt cards. Maybe a couple of these corners. See if we can sharpen up these edges. I think that's a better way to go. This thing. Nice crisp, sharp edges here. We're getting there. We're getting there. I don't hate it. Looks good. I'll be back. I gotta check out something, says Baby Kisses. I appreciate you for coming through, Queen. Some old DJing skills right here. Just to be able to get the crossfade, son. Big bad wolf of the neighborhood. Not bad, meaning bad, but bad, meaning good. There it is. He's the better of the best believe he the best in my ramen out of town. I'm ramen out of ration. The cuss, no name buzz. From Jay, get a place, he must be nuts. On the mix real quick, and he must say, not bad, but his name is Jay. Alright. Enough of my hypocrisy. Let's see what happens if we put some polish on that. If we put something linseed-like atop it. Maybe a little spot of it. A little smidgel. So all we need is a little splashing.
Amazing. Look at it transform entirely different. Wow, this guy is magic. Can't believe what I see in front of my eyes. What? Is he a wizard? Perhaps. Look how the delicate cross grain becomes so apparent when you see it put this way. Beautiful. Magic.
Saturate the back too. Now here's a question of the day. Has Kevin changed his mind about this pendant being complete trash and a waste of time? Has he changed his tune? Let's look. This is for the light, not for the big reveal. Do we like this thing? Oh no, it's not even. It is on that side. On this side, it's not dead either. I'll say that. It's a little heavier over here. Dang. Oh, I'm just messing with you, Kev. I'm just messing with you. But I kind of like it too. It's going with the collection. See how the precious is doing. Pop them right down there with them. Let's see if we can flip scrimmage. That 8 showed up pretty good. I'm glad to see that. It's turned out nice. A little locket. A notebook. And then our hot dog peanut. Yes, Kevin, that one there, that is Africa, the continent. And it's also a pendant. Baby Kisses says, that's neat. I've never seen one. Never seen one of them either. I mean, I definitely copied that. I've bought and purchased similar items to that. Not quite exactly this, but very similar. Yeah, I actually carved it out of. I downloaded a silhouette, and then I sized it, and then I laid it over the wood. I traced it. I did it on live. Traced it out, and then carved it, and rounded my edges and all that business. It's gonna make a cool pendant, I think. That's probably the only one out of this bunch that I would wear for me. Of course, these already belong to my daughters. Um, and I ship all these bad boys out. That's it. I just had to get some finish on it. Anyways, I got so much stuff to do to get the shop cleaned up. I'm gonna get to that, and I don't think you even want to see that madness. So I'm gonna get to the West chores and get to the daddy business, and then I'll catch y'all later on. But I appreciate you stopping through, and every one of you that hit that like button is my best friend for life. Uh, Thank y'all very much for hanging. West does it once again. If you see me doing it, I'm only showing you so that you know you can do it. Y'all have a good rest of the afternoon. Very nice. Was teasing about sawdust too. Oh yeah, no, I gotta clean this shop. No doubt about it. I started my day knowing that. But we're gonna catch you on the flippage. Like, look at that trash can there. It's crazy. It's crazy in here. Holler. Peace, Plywood. Thanks for coming out, man. I thank you for hanging out the whole time. Baby kisses for sure. Who else? Kevin, my guy. Y'all be good, man. Check me later, though. I'll be back. Deuces.